Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us. We are actually meeting with Spencer Cross today. Excited because we want to congratulate him for landing his new career with Postscript. It's like we're coming full circle, Spencer. So
Yes.
we're excited
Yeah.
to just have you here for another pre-hire success interview. All right. So
Yeah.
just talk
Thank
to me
you.
really about absolutely talk to me about how you actually found pre-hired.
Yeah. So I think initially what was happening is I was coming out of another BDR role, and it was probably a week or two after that happened. And I was kind of already doing a job search. And I was happening to look for kind of the same positions. And I'm pretty sure I stumbled across an advertisement that was perfectly targeted towards me. Seeing pre-hired, and I was like, oh wow, like because I didn't really have the skill set coming out of my last position that I really needed to be successful.
Mhm.
So seeing the training, because I've gone through a lot of different courses and trainings for all sorts of different things in the past, and seeing pre-hired, I was like, I know how important it is to one, because they mentioned the word mentor, and I knew how important a mentor is.
Absolutely.
And then, but I know how important like training and preparation is. So I dove in just to look at it. I was like, well, it's worth a shot because I've been in advertising too. So I knew that, I kind of look behind the scenes. So I did that and, just kind of booked a call, and Daniel was my first initial conversation, and he answered, pretty much gave me the lowdown and answered all my questions. And it was so helpful. And pretty much right off the bat, I've had such a great experience and immediately had such a good impression of the company. So that's really where it started for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that you were able to seek the resources of our admissions advisors. Like they're super
Hmm.
transparent and
Yeah.
they just tell you exactly how it is. So
Yeah.
that's exciting. Good. Very good. Awesome.
Hmm.
What were you said you were in actually sales already. So that's what you were doing before pre-hired. You essentially had a BDR role and you were in the midst of a new job search, right?
Correct. Yeah. So coming out of it, it was kind of the first BDR position in the company I was coming out of. It was a financial advisory
Hmm.
firm. It was really small, but they really wanted to try um, having someone come in as a BDR, but I didn't have a lot of experience in like that position specifically.
Hmm.
So going into it, there was not a lot of process, not a lot of strategy. And so I was kind of lost, and it was hard for me to get any sort of coaching or mentorship through that as well,
Right.
to get better in that. And so that's really what I was missing. And so coming out of that, I knew the ins and outs, the day to day, what it really looked like. And it was something that I did enjoy because I wanted to be talking to people and building new relationships in my day to day work. I knew that's something that I really enjoyed, but it wasn't really set up for me to win. And so
Mm,
coming out of it, I really wanted to continue it, but at a larger level and at a company that I knew is set in stone, and that was growing, but I could still to learn from and get better in my sales experience overall. So that's really coming out of it where I was, and that's why Prehired really filled the gap there.
no, for
So
sure, for sure. You always had that when you and I met, you had that very keen focus on, you know what I mean, finding an established company that was really
yeah,
able to also provide that training for you. So that's huge.
exactly.
And mentorship. So
Mhm.
did you have any doubts essentially about joining pre-hired upon doing your research and getting your questions answered?
Um, I didn't, maybe some, but looking at all the details and understanding really what Prehired was offering and the cost to it, everything, honestly, initially it seemed a little bit too good to be true. And coming through the process and talking to Daniel, I didn't, there were some maybe, but honestly, they were so minor,
Yeah.
because it was a perfect fit for exactly where I was coming out of and where I was going.
Love that.
And it made total sense to start. And so really there wasn't a lot, but I know that a lot of people do have doubts as far as being able to land something that they can do well in and can succeed in. And there were those doubts, but I had confidence coming out of something similar that
Mm.
I would do whatever it takes to learn and grow and follow the process, coming into it, that so I could land a successful SDR role. So
Yeah.
there was some, but I really overcame them, and thanks to my mentors, I was able to really defeat them and break those walls down.
Right, right. No, it seems like pre-hired was perfectly aligned with you.
Yeah, it
So I
really
love that.
was. It
um,
was, yeah.
so what do you enjoy the most about your pre-hired experience overall?
Honestly, the relationships really were
Good.
fantastic. The people I was able to meet and the relationships I was able to build, especially with you, Courtney, just having people to go to and talk to and really just bounce perspective off of
Mhm.
and get help. That was huge. And again, like I just love meeting new people. So it was so fun to be able to get to know people and really just get knowledge and get more wisdom from other people that knew what I didn't and be able to grow through that. So yeah, in anything relationships, I believe are the most important things. So going through the entire process, I realized how genuine and authentic they really were. And it touched my heart, honestly. So
Oh, that's
that is by
awesome.
far the biggest thing that I loved about it.
That's really good to hear. Like,
Yeah.
it warms my heart that that's the case as well, because we really try to be as family oriented, I guess you could say,
Sure.
with our mentors and with our connectors and just our staff as a whole. And
Hmm.
then that absolutely pours into our relationships with our members. So that's amazing that that's what you felt,
Yeah.
because that's exactly what we're
Yeah.
trying to actually build that community, like, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. I
So
love it.
amazing, amazing. So essentially, if you could drop a gem or a golden nugget, what type of advice would you give to someone who's like on the fence about joining Prehired?
On the fence. Honestly, I think in situations like this where you're coming across an opportunity that seem like that's kind of nerve wracking, or you have a little fear of a big thing that honestly has helped me is to just dive in and get fully wet, kind of dive full into the water, because a lot of times those little instances of fear or doubt can keep you from really reaching the potential that you're capable of. And especially with pre-hired, knowing now, being through it, knowing that they genuinely care about the best interest of you, and want to help you succeed. So the only hesitant is yourself. You're keeping yourself from becoming who you can be. So just it's kind of a step of faith. It really is. And
Okay.
faith is whatever to each individual, what they believe it is, but it's really not having all the facts, just taking that step forward. And I
Absolutely.
know you won't regret it because pre-hired takes care of you. So that's a big thing. Just dive in, and you
Absolutely.
will not regret it. And follow the process. That's the biggest thing too. Once
Woo.
you're in it, stick to the script. Yeah.
That's good advice,
Yeah.
Spence. I always try to tell people you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Like, we got it.
Exactly.
This is the system. Let's follow it.
Their
So
wheel is the most efficient, so just stick to it.
take the faith. I love that. I love that. Okay, so talk to me about your new company that you actually just landed a role with at Postscript. Talk to me about that, how you landed it and what you love the most.
Yeah. So initially, shout out to Tara Miller. She was the one who posted. She's an actual other pre-hired member.
Yes, she is.
She got in probably a month or two before me,
Mhm.
and she posted on LinkedIn. And of course, part of the process is connecting with everybody you can in pre-hired. So I was connected to Tara, and she dropped just a post about this company, Postscript, and they work in the marketing and e-commerce industry, and that's really where a lot of my experience and interest is in.
Yep.
So Postscript, what they essentially do is they help growing Shopify stores scale and increase revenue with SMS marketing, so text message marketing.
Exactly.
It's a very simple product and service, and but the details and the behind the scenes is incredible as far as what it really produces and how it can help stores specifically that aren't using text or using email a lot, and looking at some of the results that they've been able to get for their customers and their clients. It was kind of a no-brainer. Their interview process was really enjoyable, and all the people I met were really fun. So yeah, the biggest thing honestly, just being in those two industries, had a lot of interest, and experience in already, really drew me in even more. So yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm super excited, and they're growing like crazy. They're going to double probably in staff this year too. So
Mhm.
I'm super pumped, and I start in like 4 days. So I
There you
can't
go.
wait. Yeah. It's so fun.
I'm
Yeah.
excited for you. I love it. I love
So
it.
much.
So amazing, and congratulations, Spencer. Truly,
Thank you
like you
again.
sound like super excited about it. I know it's a
I
product that
am.
you'd probably use as yourself, like for as a business owner, like you know what I mean, and
I
talk to other
yeah,
business
it's
owners
so
about.
important.
Yeah. So I love that. I love that. So it's been an
Yeah.
absolute pleasure catching up with you, Spencer. And
Yeah,
honestly,
likewise.
just congratulations again, and make sure you keep in touch. Okay.
Thank you. Oh, I will. Don't worry. I love it.
Talk soon.
Thank you.
Bye.